get a passion from the slimy summer. Hungry for it, see it issue and I rub my stomach. Enough paper to make a book, I could get it published. What? You don't believe me? Think for brown skin, real can see them. Got good, go retrieve it, short, small. When that's from Cali, put the cheetah print out white curve. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time.
When the Saints go marching in, when the Saints go marching in.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years, and our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Up next, let's keep it in the NFC for this game between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Play fake, Penix. Man downfield, and he finds London. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away.
Touchdown.
Drake London with the touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez lining up for the extra point.
Gonzalez connects on the point after. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Saints nothing. Jake Bailey set to kick
The
off.
Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. Oh, he lost it on the hit! And they steal it back on the return. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Before he can really break that return, they're on him to force the fumble and take away possession.
When you get that fumble inside the 20, it means one thing, Kate. Those guys were running with hair on fire. In fact, if you watch a lot of these special teams and kickoff units, you will...
Intercepted in the end zone. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT.
Hey, Kate, you know as a quarterback, every decision you make's got a consequence. Some good, some bad. But that one right there, throwing into double coverage, making that decision to force the issue into double coverage in the end zone, that's a consequence that pays dearly.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. First carry here for the rookie out of Penn State. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Well, I think I hear the warning sirens. You hear them, Kate? I think they just got quieted. Because that run right there gave them enough room from their goal line where you should feel comfortable calling anything in your playbook.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Pressure coming. It's Shump. His first throw is an interception. And he brings it back with the pick 6 and the Atlanta touchdown.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted. Again, that is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Turpin with a return. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. But when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down, and number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now Penix off the play action. And they will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a 20-zip lead. Drake London with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Extra point is good by Gonzalez. And the Falcons push their lead to 21-zip already.
Saints nothing. Jake Bailey set to kick
The
off.
Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Turpin with a return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10.
Ready, go!
Give now to the running back. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Ready,
Off the play action, Chuck. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And that's good for a few. It brings up 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, here's Shuck. Has him on the quick hitter. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Saints 1st down.
1st and 10.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Listen, this guy's reputation certainly precedes him in any game he's on the field, but it doesn't always keep QBs away from challenging him, especially early. But you know what will deter quarterbacks? Results, and those are the results he's looking for.
The give here on 2nd. And all he can get is a yard here, bro. It's going to be 3rd down.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Falcons bringing out an extra defensive back for 3rd down.
Let's go! Ready?
3rd and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long.
Sets up 4th down.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. A motion to tight end left.
19 Tiger. Check out.
They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, and really create some indecision now defensively.
Penix here from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that's your ultimate.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Brings it in at the 12. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Shump. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. That's complete inside the 35. There it is, touchdown New Orleans. The Saints cut into the lead. The extra point, here's Smith. Point after is up and through. And the Saints make it an 11-point ball game.
Saints 10.
Reed now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Showing a little burst so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. They strike for 23 yards. And that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down. Penix working from the gun. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And he will wind up out of bounds after a 1st down gain of right around 3 yards.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league. Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
3rd down, it's Penix. Short pass brought in. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. 21-10 our score. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. The both team is out to try to add 3 points to their lead. Charging down the middle, and they block him. Now they can move with it, scooped inside. Finds a seam, left side, is off to the races. And they scoop up the block and don't stop until they reach pay dirt. Well, shout out to the special teamers, Brock. They got somebody in free to block that kick, and things just got better from there as he took it all the way back.
These special teams coaches, they live in dark places, man, and they look for any vulnerability they can. A lot of times, you're a step slow, just a millisecond away. Not that time. It pays off in the biggest of ways.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Play action. Here's Penix. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And he even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. One of the tight ends motioning left. They go play action. Here's Penix. He's trying to push the field. This is caught inside the 15. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside.
And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons now lead by 10. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Gonzalez now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11.
Saints 17. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Turpin with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. Lower back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Cougar 19. Switches. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man.
They give it to him again. Nothing doing on the draw, Brock. That's going to send him backwards ahead of 3rd down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Dumps it off to his running back. Up the sideline to the 45. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That goes for 32 yards. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or a dude shredding a defense just like that.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
46-yard line.
Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More from Caesars Superdome in just a moment. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Now Shuck to throw. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Falcons going nickel, 3rd down.
Here we go. Nike, go.
Shuck now from the gun. Going deep here for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
And this is headed to the sideline, and it'll bounce out at the 7. Wow, great kick.
At their own 7-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. We look underneath here, Robinson. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped. Offensive line fast.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
On 2nd down, Robinson. And they haul him down after a gain of a couple. Leaves him in need of 1 more yard here on 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And this winds up being an excellent play for them from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
A gain of 12. First down, Falcons.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. I'll run it with Robinson from the pistol. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Looking quickly here.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On 1st down, here's Penix. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. He's back to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Into the end zone he goes, pick 6, and a New Orleans touchdown. You get a pick 6, you get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
This one is up and good. And the Saints cut the lead down to 4.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Back-to-back carries here. Still going through the 25. That play manages 7, so now they've got 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Shuck. He's going to loft one deep to the left. They connect on the deep shot. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take the lead right away in half number 2.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Point after good from Smith. And the Saints push their lead to 3.
Saints 31, Falcons 28.
Reed now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
You know, Kate, over the years I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Pass is caught. That's Darnell Mooney. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Falcon first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. And gain 11 on that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
They're going play fake with Penix. He's going deep this time. And he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons grab the lead on their first series of the half. Drake London with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game.
That is just tremendous play calling. You know, there's some coordinators out there, Kate, that are just Rolodex. Right? They flip through their call sheet. They just call whatever's on it. And there's other coordinators that can stack their plays together. And when you run it, you run that same action, if the play action right off of it, and you can make that defense pay. It's a thing of beauty.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Turpin with a return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
And he's almost at it worse, but he gets a yard out of it. There's Xavier Watts getting in there defensively.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Falcons bringing out an extra defensive back for 3rd down.
Let's go now. 60 Bison. Go.
To the air on 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
It's fielded at the 14. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return.
At the 49-yard line.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. A handoff for Robinson, running right. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
At the Saints' 49-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Staying with Robinson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd down.
And air it out on 3rd. Throw left side, complete. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 8 on that one, and that's a Falcon first down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. On 1st down, here's Penix. Trying for the deep ball. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. A 2nd down run, good for 4. That brings up 3rd down.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Penix on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
On 4th down and 5, the offense staying out there. Looking to throw. Sends this to the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Gonzalez now for the extra point.
Lining up for the extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11.
42. Saints 31.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Turpin with a return. This makes it up to the 25. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's the Saints ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Shuck. Taking a shot deep here. That's complete inside the 35. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints now within 1 score in the 4th.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle of the field open or close? Do I got a single high or 2 high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Into a crowd, and the defender comes up with it. And they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for 2. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board. They show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that is good enough for Atlanta. 1st down.
1st down, Falcons.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Rolling out to his left. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
1st down, Atlanta.
Now Penix off the play action. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Play fake, Penix. He rolls to his right. No one open, it looks like, so he's just going to chuck this to a different parish.
Oh, this has been a tough series. Sacked on the 1st down play, forced to throw it away right there. An awfully difficult 3rd down now staring you in the face.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4th. He'll throw it. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play action, Chuck. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Back to throw it. It's complete. This is Olave. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Saints 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Let's go. Go.
Hand off to the back. And that is exactly what you're looking for on a 1st down run. He picked up 7. 7 yards on that last play. So this is 2nd and 3.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42.
Shot, looking to pass here. Throw right side, cut by Olave. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 4th quarter lead. Chris Olave with the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this 4th quarter. No dice the first time they tried it, but this time, Brock, the 2-point conversion is successful.
Just felt like they were waiting for the right opportunity to try it once again. Not only to make up for the first attempt, but establish a little confidence from this spot, and who knows? Maybe we'll have a two-pointer that plays a bigger role when this thing's all said and done.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning.
Let's go now.
This play's a design run, and he's able to manage a couple on that run. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Falcons trail by a field goal. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Get it. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Back to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
Well, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Here he is to throw. Knocked away, and that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Only 90 seconds remaining, partner. Here comes 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
Line up the design keeper. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They send their back in motion right. 3rd down give to Robinson. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football and defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. Another carry for Robinson. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. It's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's a Falcon 1st down. Clock is at 3 seconds, and we've got a timeout because 3 points is all that's needed to force that overtime frame. A lot of pressure on this kick for Zane Gonzalez. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. So they're going to go ahead and call a timeout here. Only 3 seconds left in the game. For the 2nd time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. Looking good, and it's through. And in the final moments, they force overtime. And there's still something being celebrated by the fans, isn't it, Brock? A coin toss might not decide the game anymore here in overtime. Both sides guaranteed a possession now, even if the first team scores a touchdown. And if we're tied after those two series, it is next score wins. And in overtime here, Brock, I know you love this one. A touchdown, no longer an instant victory. No matter the outcome of that opening series, the other side gets the football with a chance to then tie or win it. And if we're tied after those two drives, we'll play on until there's another score or time expires. This return starts at the 5. Shoots another one. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that is good enough for Atlanta. 1st down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
39-yard line.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
A chance to take the lead and set themselves up for a win. Gotta make this count as they come up on 2nd down. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. A give left side. Here's Robinson. Still has some space inside the 35. Still fighting forward. And he reaches the end zone. That is a game-winning touchdown. Gonzalez now for the extra point. The extra point is good, and that's a big one. Now their defense just has to defend a 7-point lead here in overtime. Challenge has been laid down, partner. And it's time to see if they have an answer prepared as we're off again. Turpin with a return. Oh no, he lost control of another one. Oh, unfortunately, it looks like another one of the members of the return team was there, able to dive on it, so a friendly bounce. They'll retain possession.
Awareness, awareness, awareness. So critical in so many phases of the game. And in this phase, in the special teams phase, it's not just hitting blocks and clearing the lane, but in this case, recognizing the fumble and, most importantly, keeping that possession.
On 1st down, they'll run. No one's around him. He's got space. Still has some space inside the 35. And this gets close to the red zone. He is inside the 25.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost in a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Shuck. Oh, big interception here. Xavier Watts picks it. They battled each other all game long, Brock, but the coverage, some of a couple of surprises up their sleeve for this QB, stealing possession there with the pick.
And there's always a look or two, Kate, that doesn't get used much during the game, a way to disguise the coverage and trick those QB's eyes into seeing something.